Hello, everybody,
Hey.
and welcome to the third Noisy Finger podcast. We've got myself, Daniel.
Josh.
Who's that girl? It's Taylor.
It's Taylor.
I'm Taylor.
And Keely.
Keely! You're abusing my dog.
So, today we're going to talk a lot about Fallout 4 and about Hitman, and you want to talk about Batman vs. Superman.
Yes.
So,
She keeps walking.
Fallout 4 had two decent announcements. Someone's got to hold her.
I'll take her.
The first one I want to talk about is they announced... Oh, we're playing Little Big Planet 3.
Number 3 for podcast 3.
Exactly.
Woo!
We're gonna have some troubles once we get past podcast 3, finding games that are called.
Uncharted 4.
All the Final Fantasies.
Quickly, another one. Sonic.
Yeah, good job.
So
Fallout 4.
Fallout 4. So this is...
Fallout 4.
This is what's going on.
We can play Fallout 4.
So,
Podcast 4.
they announced that... Well, we talked about the DLCs the last podcast. So they just announced that starting with Xbox in March, they're adding mod support for consoles. And then April for Xbox, June for PS4. And we'll be adding modding support to consoles, which is a big deal. It's never been done before. Well, legally. And that's really exciting.
So now you can make naked characters.
Exactly.
Run around the wasteland.
And I was surprised by this announcement because it's in the middle of the DLC cycle. So we could just get mods of the DLC and then never buy the DLC. Unless they'll take those down. But they didn't for Skyrim on the PC. So
Why can't you jump up on that
I'm
stupid
really
thing?
having a hell of a time.
They
Oh,
probably
God.
screwed themselves by doing that, because honestly I didn't expect them to do the modding thing for a very long while.
Yeah.
Like, probably a couple months after the last DLC even dropped.
Especially for console release. Because they haven't officially released the dev kit for PC yet. It's just people modding on their own. But they're releasing the dev kit in March for PC. So really, we're all officially getting modding relatively at the same time. So it'll be interesting if people... Because most people that mod play, obviously, on PC. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see if anybody on consoles gives a shit enough to go and learn how to mod and make mods for consoles.
Or if PC players are like, oh, this is cool, maybe I'll switch to a console. No, that wouldn't
That's
I'm
probably
sorry.
not going to happen. But it could. So we'll see. I really hope that it gets as carried away as Skyrim on the PC and just modding on PC in general. But I guess the mods likely won't be able to handle as much, so they probably have to keep that in mind, hardware limitations. And then I imagine the coding's different for each console. So
So that's going to be, like, some mods are going to be on Xbox and some will be on PlayStation. and
yeah,
vice
that'll
versa.
probably happen.
That sucks.
So that'll be intriguing to see how that plays out. So the other thing about Fallout that was announced was the survival mode. There is a survival mode currently on Fallout 4, but if anybody that's played New Vegas knows that they had a really crazy fucking awesome survival mode, and they're taking elements and revamping survival mode for Fallout 4. So a few things they have in mind right now. Number 1, no fast travel. Number
That's
2,
annoying. Hard. Fun.
yeah, I think it would be cool. No fast travel. You have to eat. You have to sleep. You have to drink water. You can only... There's no quick save. You can only save when you sleep in a bed. So, that's fucking huge. Enemies deal
I
more
quick save
damage.
immediately, all the time.
Yeah, you can't even manually save. You have to sleep in a bed to save. They're talking about enemies do more damage, but you do more damage as well. They're adding new features with like adrenaline and stuff, so it's more of a thing that you can use. Oh, and also enemies won't show up on the radar anymore, like on your compass.
So So you
enemies
just
won't
get
show up.
randomly attacked. And
Yeah. So
that
that's what we're
sounds
looking
really.
at.
That sounds like it would be a tough time
That's
surviving.
it's definitely more intense than New Vegas, which just had
Like water and food.
yeah. I don't think it had sleep even. So I'm kind of excited. It's not the final product yet. They said they're just messing around with it, so likely things will change. But it's exciting to see how that will play out. Hopefully they hold true to some of that stuff because I like the sound of it.
It's gonna be really hard.
Yeah, and I think that's something that Fallout really benefits from because I was really excited.
So many times, so much time put into
Yeah.
one gameplay.
And that game can really implement strategy if it's difficult enough. Like, there's a lot of gameplay mechanics that you don't have to take advantage of. But I feel like if it's more difficult, you'll have to really use all your resources. For example, like, using drugs and stuff is like a whole different
Alan
gameplay.
my brother uses those like nuts.
Yeah. And, like, that's something you wouldn't have to do normally. And you
And
probably...
he's constantly addicted.
Yeah, I know. You probably have to think about your skills and like strategize with that a lot more. So that'll be pretty cool to see how that pans out. Especially with mod support, you can make new harder levels and play it on survival. So Fallout's really. I'm excited that it's staying relevant and not just dying after most people were kind of disappointed with it.
Yeah, because it was kind of disappointing.
It was disappointing. I still really love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as in depth as Fallout 3, but it's still a really fun Bethesda game. I saw this one video of a graphical mod that someone made that was where you shoot concrete and stuff on the ground and it rips up the concrete, so it's like you can like destructible environments essentially. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that
and I
is
hope
cool.
that's the kind of shit that I want. Because when I play modded Skyrim, half the mods I get are graphical because I'm obsessed with graphics. So I want that kind of stuff where they make it run better and more efficiently because some people give more of a shit than the developers. So I'm really excited to see how that pans out.
It is really exciting. I think it'll be really fun. What if they make a Skyrim Fallout?
I mean, that's perfectly feasible.
That's a difficult.
There's a
mod
mod. Someone's been spending years on this mod for Skyrim that is all of Morrowind remade in the Skyrim engine, the whole game Morrowind, and it's called Skywind. But it obviously isn't done and likely won't ever be finished. But if projects like that were actually finished,
That'd be really cool.
they
They could make a new game for themselves and sell it.
they could make a fuck ton of money if they were allowed to sell. And I wish that Bethesda would just fund them and pay them to do it, and then publish it, and they can make money off of it.
And
We
it'll
get the
get
game, and we all move on. Play some Morrowind, but pretty and not old, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And someone was doing it with Oblivion as well, but I don't think they got it as far in development. I don't care as much for that because Morrowind needs the upgrade more. So
Oblivion's fun though.
Oblivion is fun. I like it. I'm just really excited to see what happens with this new incentive to mod.
And it'll happen hopefully with other games too. With this, if this
Yeah,
takes off.
especially the Bethesda games from now on. The other thing I wanted to start talking about was early March. Well, Hitman is coming out sometime in March, early March. But they announced that PlayStation Plus members will get access to a beta in the beginning of March. So
That's me. I'm a PlayStation Plus member. I get
You
a
are.
beta.
Yeah, I get a beta as well.
A beta fish.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Don't let it with the other betas.
No, it'll eat each other. What's an alpha? Ah! Sorry.
I find
I made you lose your
you
train of
did.
thought. Sorry.
I find it really bizarre that a game like Hitman needs a beta.
Because it seems like it's always single player driven, and
It is still. There's
like
no multi-
all of the elements were just like challenges or
trying something new.
competitions between
Yeah.
your friends, but it just doesn't seem. I feel like maybe they're just calling it a beta. What are you looking for?
I don't know where I put my drink.
Don't worry about it.
Damn, what's this drink?
I think
think
at this
that's-
point they're just calling it a beta, but it's maybe a demo.
I guess it does definitely feels more like a demo, and I guess they'll just call it a beta
Because
Because that's what the
it's
that's what the cool kids say.
Yeah,
I'm
they'll
so
make it seem
sorry.
like- I think if people associate that with it being called a beta, they'll think that they have more influence over the remaining production, so they'll think that whatever they say, they'll change.
I think it's the illusion that it's an unfinished product, but I'm pretty sure
By that
it's
point,
a finished product.
yeah, if it's
Especially if it's like a week before it comes out. You know? And that's the thing about The Division. That's definitely fucking done.
yeah,
The only thing they changed really
was like small
NPCs
patches.
and stuff, which they could have done easily with the game released.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to play it, just to get an early look at Hitman, but I want to talk about something else with Hitman, and that is its decision to be released episodically.
I don't like that one bit.
I find that really fucking weird. For things like Telltale games, it makes more sense to me because they feel like television shows.
Yeah.
So you release them like episodes. There's no fucking reason to release Hitman in episodes unless you're going to make more money, but it's still $60. It's still
That's
$60.
so expensive.
Well, not per episode, like
Oh.
altogether. It will be $60.
That's like they should just release it as one game and not be
Exactly.
lazy.
I don't want to wait because I play games all in a row. So I don't want to wait.
How long do you have to wait?
I don't know. I don't know if they said, but that's what they're doing. They're releasing it episodically. I am so fucking frustrated with this fucking
Yeah.
thing.
Do you think it would be because that they actually don't have all of it finished and they're trying to buy more time?
I can't imagine. I know it was delayed. It was supposed to release earlier, but I feel like
I
they had to
apologize for
finish
her
the whole
bagging growling. You're a bad dog.
game. Just him.
You just okay. She immediately went to you. She was like,
Uh-huh.
okay.
She just loves me. I can't imagine that it's not done. Like, what else?
You immediately let her go.
I think it's irresponsible to release part of a game without the other part finished. And I'm not saying, I'm not putting it past them to be irresponsible with their game, but I just find it really unlikely. So,
She's gonna ruin your mic.
this seems like a trend, though, because I feel like other games are going to start up being episodic, and they'll probably be a thing that's going to happen for a while, but hopefully
It'll die down.
I don't see the point of it. I don't know if anybody sees the point of it.
Just for the anticipation.
I guess so. It really, if anything, it makes me lose interest in the game, because I play a part and I'm like, all right, done, and then I'll get another game in the meantime because I'll be waiting for that game, because that's just how I play games. So
I feel like Hitman has some replayability though, because there's like different ways to do it.
yeah,
I like
You're a
to
player.
Yeah, I like playing Absolution because there are like achievements to take out the targets in specific ways that it would look like an accident.
they still have that.
Yeah,
From
so
what I've seen from the beta.
yeah, that's something that they've always done. They'll probably still do it until they stop making the games, but I feel like that's a cool way to approach it. Like, you can still go in guns a-blazing, or you can loosen a chandelier and let it drop on the guy as he walks by.
Yeah.
I'd do that.
I really like disguising yourself.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah.
people being aware of your disguises and stuff, and I think that's really interesting.
That is
game
really
mechanic.
cool.
And they seem to keep everything that is good about the game from what I've seen in the beta and just improve it slightly. I'm not really sure what's added in the game compared to
A
Absolution.
new story.
Yes. I know it's like old school Hitman, like he's like young 47 and stuff at points. So I don't know if this is also the end of Hitman.
I don't know. It probably is going to depend on how well this game does.
Yeah, that's likely. Which I imagine will do well. Especially, it's a Square game now, isn't it?
Square Enix?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with
I
it.
believe it's published by Square. And I like how Square Enix is Americanizing a lot with, owning Tomb Raider and, stuff like more American titles than American publishers.
It's great.
It is great.
It's great. America.
So, I think their money will keep Hitman alive because when Square is anything, they have a lot of money. So that's interesting to see how that plays out. Speaking of Square Enix, Kingdom Hearts 3 is probably going to come out this year, and I am unbelievably excited.
I'm sure you are.
Also, Final Fantasy 15 looks fucking great. I don't know if you guys played any Final Fantasies. Have you played any?
I played like the Game Boy ones.
Oh, okay. Well,
So.
you know how it's like kind of like turn-based and like stuff.
Mm-hmm. I did play one on the GameCube.
This one isn't turn-based. It's real-time action. And
Actually, I think I would really like that.
The coolest fucking looking thing. And
I
that's the
would
thing I
like
love
that.
about Kingdom Hearts is I like me a good button masher sometimes. And Kingdom Hearts is really button mashing, strategy blocking.
Maybe I'll play this Final Fantasy because I don't really like the turn-based
I liked
fighting.
the combat system in Final Fantasy 12 a lot. It's a really underrated game in my opinion. I play Final Fantasy 12. This is probably my favorite. But I also play 10, which is like the most turn-based it gets. But the story makes me cry, so I like it. I find that's how I judge a lot of games, is if it can make me cry.
I cried at the end of Mass Effect, Last of Us.
Same. Beginning of Last of Us, honestly.
Uncharted.
When in Uncharted?
Just at the end of every game.
Every game.
Because it's over. And
Yeah,
you have to keep
not the
going.
first one, but after that I was like, oh, I just love it so much.
A new Uncharted trailer came out today.
I saw that.
And it looks fucking amazing. They're really stepping it up with the graphics, at least.
Yeah, I know.
They make it.
Yeah, no.
They make the PlayStation do things that no one else can do. Like, no one else. Everybody that makes games on PlayStation and Xbox are like, oh, it's not a PC, the graphics just aren't going to be that good. I don't know how Naughty Dog's just like, fuck you, we'll just make it as good as we want it to look. I don't understand what they do. They must just have the most efficient programming and able to make the PlayStation run at peak efficiency.
They're naughty and they're adults.
They are naughty.
So they're going to do whatever they want to do.
They have a reputation to keep up at this point, too. So if they don't deliver on graphics and people don't think it's amazing, they're gonna flip out.
They also have all of Sony's resources.
Yeah.
So they probably have people that program the software for the PlayStation help.
That's nice.
So that's an advantage.
Was that a burp?
No, that was me grunting.
Oh.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, so you guys are Naughty Dog fans, right?
Very
Yes.
much.
There is they rumored kind of that maybe a new Crash Bandicoot's gonna come out on PS4. I personally haven't played any of the Crash Bandicoots, but I played Jak and Daxter and Jak 2, Jak 3, and Jak X. So I really like old school Naughty Dog. And it's possible, since things like Ratchet and Clank are being remade for PS4, which looks amazing, by the way.
I think I played a part of it.
Yeah, there's a demo out. And it's possible they'll do a similar thing, but I hope that they make a new story.
Spectacles.
I swear, it's with my fucking drink somewhere.
My glasses are with your drink.
I did not stand up at any point. I drank it, sat it down somewhere, didn't stand up, and it's gone.
Keely's probably laying on it.
Keely, did you take his drink?
No, that's really annoying. So let's move on to what you wanted to talk about, Josh.
Batman vs. Superman. Deadpool came out recently and it had an R rating. People are raving about it. Now, I don't think that Batman vs. Superman is directly influenced by Deadpool, but it also has this special edition that it probably won't be a theater release. Theaters will probably be PG-13, but out on DVD, it may be rated R, which I find very interesting. For a specific reason.
Because it's Superman.
At what point...
What does that mean? He's gonna
Crushing
die?
heads. I want him
No.
to crush a head.
At what
Superman,
point
yeah.
would that movie be okay to have a R rating? And I have a theory.
Sex.
No. They would never do nudity or sex with Superman in it.
Why?
Because he's America.
Because he has a more, like, pure kind of image as a superhero, and they don't want to associate him with things like sex and murder.
Well, he could be avoiding the temptation, or it's like, well, this is also a demonstration of Superman's corruption, so it's possible something like that. Well, I'm not saying that he's gonna have sex, but I'm saying Superman's. It's gonna be weird. But go on.
So, I think it was the first trailer or so.
Mm-hmm.
They had Robin's uniform in a case, and it said, "Ha ha ha, joke's on you, Batman." Now, this could be potential spoilers, so if you don't want to listen about potential spoilers for the
Comics.
movie,
Potential spoilers.
it's in the comics as well, and if you played Batman Arkham Knight, it's also something in that. But just in case you don't want to be spoiled, here's your warning. Okay. One of Batman's sidekicks, Robin, was Jason Todd, and he was murdered by the Joker when he was captured. And
tortured and shit.
yes, he was very brutally tortured and beaten up and all sorts of nasty
That's
stuff.
pretty cool.
And I don't see why they would put that Robin suit in the trailer if they weren't going to have some sort of story about that. So I bet there's going to be a flashback to him beating up and killing Jason Todd.
How much can they fucking put in this movie? Alright,
They're trying to do a lot because it's set up for so much in the future.
I have a bone to pick with this movie already. I don't know if you guys saw The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I
Yeah.
saw the first one, I think. I never saw the second one.
So, biggest criticism of The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is that there's just too many fucking villains. I feel like there's gonna be a million fucking characters and villains and all this shit in this movie, and it's gonna be too overwhelming, not long enough to fit it all. It's just gonna be blah blah blah. Here's Lex Luthor, here's Batman vs Superman, here's the Joker, here's Wonder Woman, here's Aquaman, and I think that's really gonna diminish the quality of the movie, and I'm immediately skeptical.
What if it turns out being amazing?
I hope it does,
Yeah.
but I am very skeptical of this film. Jesus
Kiki, come
fucking
here.
Christ, Keely.
Keely, come here. Keely, come here. She just is barking at nothing. Like, absolutely nothing.
I can agree with that because what people complained about most with like the third Dark Knight movie was too many characters or so much going on, and people wanted the Robin story more, and it was like so.
It was just
It wasn't even worth putting it in there because they only
Yes.
talked about it so much, and
And-
you didn't even know he was Robin until the lady said, "Oh, you should use your real name. I like that, Robin." And there was another movie that I think did that too, but I can't think of it right now. But it's something that more movies are trying
Spider-Man
to do.
3 kind of did.
Oh yes, that was actually the one I was thinking of, Spider-Man 3, because it had the New Goblin, Venom, and Sandman.
It's just, I really think that's gonna happen again, honestly. So,
I have faith.
I
now.
don't have much.
They kind of,
Oh, fuck.
they really want to redeem themselves with Man of Steel because it wasn't necessarily a failure, but it wasn't
Right.
what everyone wanted. And they're probably trying to do that with the Batman appeal, since Dark Knight was so successful.
Yeah.
I think they'll make a decent movie. I don't know if it's going to be as good as what Marvel's doing nowadays.
Yeah, Marvel, if there's one thing Disney can do, it's good quality control. Especially recent Disney, with Star Wars, Marvel, and just Disney properties. They don't release something if it's shitty unless it's Cars 2. Because Cars 2 will make a lot of money.
Completely
Cars 2.
And that's something DC, I think, has a problem with, just purely because they have less money. And
What
they
about
can't...
Planes?
Planes was shitty. I guess... Alright, Cars 2 and Planes. But the reason Cars 2
The whole
and
Cars
Planes
franchise.
are so, like, they've shoved that shit out is because you can make
Tinkerbell.
a fuck ton of toys and sell a fuck ton of toys to children.
Tinkerbell.
That's good to people. I mean, I'm not talking about
Tinkerbell
TV as
movies.
much. I don't know. I haven't seen them.
Actually, they're pretty great. I like them a
Yeah,
lot. I like
see?
series.
So, like, DC, I think, is struggling with their movies. Like, not saying Christopher Nolan movies were bad, but if you only
Christopher
have
Nolan's.
Christopher Nolan movies, and Christopher Nolan's not coming back, I am afraid of, if they fuck up bad, that they're gonna stop, because they run out of money. Because they seem to be putting a lot of money into
What if
Batman vs
Disney
Superman.
just buys it again?
Oh, they wouldn't do that.
No, I don't think they would. Buy
They wouldn't
two
mix
competing
Marvel and
properties.
yeah.
What if they turn it all into one?
Oh,
No,
there would be
there
riots.
would be riots. Literal riots.
I'd do that as Disney, just be like, you comic book nerds, gonna fight.
What I'm more excited about from DC is Suicide Squad. I want to see Suicide Squad a lot more than Batman vs Superman. Because I love the Joker. I love villains. Villains are my favorite parts of superhero
Keely.
movies. So that's what I want to see. And hopefully they don't fuck that up too.
I don't think. I think that one's actually gonna be good.
That's good. They seem to be putting a lot of work into
Now
it.
that one could be rated R.
That one should be.
It is probably gonna be. Yes.
I would be kind of annoyed if it wasn't rated R. Like, if Deadpool wasn't rated R, it would have been a bad movie.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way they could fix it. Because that movie's vulgarity is a big part. So that's DC in a nutshell. They're really fucking...
Do you think Jared's gonna be a good Joker?
Yes, I think he will. He's gonna be different. He's not gonna be the Joker we're used to, but
He's not gonna be the Joker we deserve.
if in a perfect world, for me, every Joker would be Mark Hamill Joker. But that dream is kind of coming true because they're making a Killing Joke movie that has Mark Hamill Joker.
Really?
Yes.
I'd watch that.
It's
I
not
really
live
liked
action.
that.
It's animated, but
I think it should be.
yeah, I agree. So, I am fucking ecstatic for that because, first of all, Mark Hamill cheekily lied to me, and I'm happy about it when he said
Specifically you.
Yes.
You personally.
when he
lied.
said he wasn't gonna be the Joker anymore, and then he showed up in Arkham Knight and blew my fucking mind.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, while I'm at it, might as well do a Killing Joke movie," and hot diggity damn, it's gonna be fucking the coolest because animated series Batman, I love, and that's Mark Hamill Joker. Mark Hamill Joker in the games. Mark Hamill Joker's the best fucking Joker. He's my favorite. Come at me. Joker fighters. That's like one of the weird things that nerds fight about, is what's the best Joker.
I like Heath Ledger a lot.
It's usually between Heath Ledger and Jack Nicholson. But fuck Jack Nicholson Joker. Michael Keaton killed more people than the Unabomber in that movie.
Yeah.
He killed 20 people in that movie. That's fucking stupid. I love Michael Keaton, but not a good Batman.
No.
At least I think he would have done better if they made it more like the comic. But hey, what you gonna do? They
If you
should've
want to
just-
be my Batman, you gotta kill less people.
Interesting direction.
Yeah, I just thought about it.
So,
Anything else you want to talk about?
what time are we at? Oh shit!
20:32.
Did they stop recording? Oh shit!
How long ago did that happen?
I don't know. Probably not that long ago.
Well, sorry about that, folks. Having some technical difficulties.
Oh shit! Is my audio recording? I swear to fucking. Someone wrap up.
All right. We will see you next time.
This has been the third Noisy Finger podcast. If you like our stuff, be sure to check back in. We're going to have more videos on a weekly basis.
Subscribe, like, comment, love, and kisses. Bye.
Bye-bye.